AMFest is TPUSA's biggest event of the year. They do this often, and basically they bring in all of these people to speak on issues that are going on right now, usually hyping up the crowd and kind of projecting things for the future. Well, this didn't really go that way this year. There was a lot of division. You saw many people calling each other out and saying things about what's going on right now that is dividing the right currently. And Ben Shapiro was one of those people that directly called out Candace, and now Candace, shortly thereafter, has responded to him in a very crazy way, in all honesty. So before we get into this video, just a quick reminder to like this video and to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this.
Because you know people see you for what you are. And so exactly what he did yesterday. We can now listen to what this imposter said as he hit the stage. Charlie Kirk's organization, the one that he built for debate, if you have a disagreement, and he instructs people here in this speech to go after me and Tucker Carlson, right? That's what he's going to do. He wants us deplatformed. So he's going to attack me, he's going to attack Tucker Carlson, and he's going to attack Megyn Kelly because she's at the beginning of what these people have put me and Tucker and Charlie Kirk through. Take a listen to a portion of what Ben had to say.
So, if Candace Owens decides to spend every day since the murder of Charlie Kirk casting aspersions at TPUSA and the people who work here, who worked with Charlie every single day, his best friends, to cast aspersions at Mikey McCoy and Andrew Colvin and Blake Neff and Tyler Boyer, and yes, at Erica Kirk, and to imply or outright claim complicity in a cover-up over Charlie's murder, to spew absolutely baseless trash implicating everyone from French intelligence to Mossad to members of TPUSA in Charlie's murder or a cover-up in that murder, then we, as people with a microphone, have a moral obligation to call that out by name. So no, Tucker Carlson, it is not an excuse to go silent on Candace's targeting of TPUSA. Or to mirror her bullshit lines of questioning because you love Candace personally. The same holds true of Megyn Kelly, a person I consider a friend, characterizing Candace as a young mother and thus shying away from condemning her actions or fibbing about them. That is a non-starter. When Candace Owens says, "I don't know, but I know," that is retarded. And we are all more retarded for having heard it.
Well, Ben, when it comes to you and having worked with you, I just know the tactics that you use to feign popularity in the public. I just know the amount of money that you are willing to spend on advertising to inflate your numbers to make people think that you're popular. So yeah, I don't have to say we don't know when it comes to you. You are such a joke of a little man. Your jealousy against Tucker, your ability to believe that you can keep manipulating the markets. You know those kids booed you on that stage. The amount of messages I got from Turning Point USA people saying, what is happening? Why is he on this stage? Standing against everything that Charlie believed in. That's what you're doing. You're standing against everything that Charlie believed in because you weren't his friend. He didn't like you for that very reason. I look at you and I just think you are such a little worm. I could see you right now, probably. What can we get out to her? We're going to sue her into bankruptcy again, right? Sue her for every infraction, every word that I don't like, and every time my feelings are hurt. Because what you really believe in is Baal Berith. That's what your people believe in. You believe that you are contract lords and that people are not allowed to violate contracts or you will ruin them for years. You fire someone and you effectively stalk and harass them for years after. I'm here to let you know that I'm done with it. I am done with it. This one is so fully off of the mother effing plantation. Truly, Ben Shapiro, fuck you and the midget horse that you rode in on. And I say that on behalf of the world. I know you're going to get applauded by Konstantin Kisin and Andrew Christ is King Clavin and all of the people, the men who have to keep applauding what you do like you're a 4-year-old to make you feel good. But the rest of the world can't stand you. You're obnoxious. You have absolutely no values that exist outside of the Talmud. You describe yourself as a Talmudic Jew. And I've learned what's in that Talmud, and I encourage other people at home to learn what is in that Talmud so that you know what Ben thinks of you, because he doesn't just hate me, he hates you too, white men. He hates all black people, okay? If he's following the rules of the Talmud, I mean, when I say hates, they think that we're animals. that they have a right to own us, that they have a right to make us worship them, that they have a right to lie to us, that they have a right to sue us and take everything that we have, that they have a right to deceive us, that they have a right to treat Charlie the way that he treated Charlie while he was alive, only to then try to defraud the population into thinking that he is somehow a part of his legacy, that he somehow cared about Charlie Kirk and cares to protect the people that are working at Turning Point USA. Goodbye, Ben. Goodbye.
So first of all, I have to ask, is this the behavior of the person that is a self-proclaimed Christian, Catholic, whatever it is? Is this the type of behavior that you can expect from someone this way? Yeah, I don't believe that that's really what's happening. And of course, I knew this already. I called this out plenty of times. She's no Christian. She's just a person that simply believes that there's a God and likes to attach that label so that she can use it as a shield to seem like she's a good person, when the reality is she's the furthest thing from that. So that is what's happening here. The other thing too is that how dare she sit there and call Shapiro an imposter? Now, I do want to set the record. I am no major fan of Shapiro, okay? I have many issues with a lot of things that he said and done over the years. So this is of no defense for him whatsoever. This is just simply the idea that you have someone that is as bad as Candace here calling him an imposter when she has done everything in her power to essentially grift off of everything that she's ever done. I mean, she was literally a Democrat not that long ago, immediately switches to being a conservative, and all of a sudden she gets all this praise. All these people start bringing her into their fold, which we'll get into as well. But that's who she is. So, to sit here and call her that when she worked for the guy, I mean, why did you work for him? If you knew that he had these issues or whatever, did you just recently acquire these? Or is it just the fact that he's just the most recent person to tell you like it is and you just don't like it? Because I'm thinking it's pretty much the latter. The other thing, too, is for all of her grandstanding and talking about all this stuff, where was she at? Why was she not at AMFest? Oh, yeah, it's probably because anybody and everybody knew that she shouldn't belong there whatsoever. Even Charlie knew because he didn't put her on the roster, right? As far as we understand, Erica kept the roster exactly the same as it was before Charlie passed away. So he had no plans to have Candace there. She didn't even bother showing up whatsoever. But the thing I really find crazy about all of this is that she's sitting here saying, oh, I know how much money you spend on ads to make yourself seem more popular than you are. Ignoring that the reports that came out a few years ago when Candace was at Daily Wire, I mean, guys, go back. Look at the videos. Look at the videos that they were doing. Remember their Oprah type show that they were going to put on for Candace? They gave her an entire celebrity photo shoot, the works, everything, all the makeup, all the hair, all the photos and everything. They pampered her like she was the new queen of conservatism back then. Pumped tons of money, millions and millions of dollars into her on Facebook. They were actually advertising. They gave her own literal studio and show, like with all these guests that were going to come on, a pseudo live audience. Did we forget about this? They spent millions of dollars. A studio like that costs tens of thousands of dollars a day to run. They spent millions of dollars in advertising for her to get her where she is today. Not to mention the millions that were put into her from PragerU. And she's going to sit there and pretend as if, oh, I just got here naturally. Yeah, no help from you guys. I think that has to go down in history as probably Daily Wire's worst investment ever, because meanwhile, you're probably, almost $10 million deep into this person, not to mention the amount of money that she had in her contract, by the way. Let's ignore that. If they were going to sign Crowder for $50 million, I wonder what her contract looked like, So it's just like, for her to sit here and try to pretend as if somehow Shapiro is in some way different than her is ridiculous. Like, I'm not a fan of either one of these people, but come on. But this is typical Candace Owens. When somebody comes out and they say the truth about the situation, she just loses it. They literally break her mind, and she just can't do anything else but just go on the attack no matter what it is. This is what she does. But the main highlight here is that this is not the behavior of somebody that is a Christian. This is not the behavior of somebody that actually had Charlie Kirk's best interest in mind. You want to talk about what Charlie Kirk wanted? I don't think you care what he wanted, because I know for a fact that he wouldn't have wanted you doing what you're doing right now. I know that for a fact. So don't sit there and attack him as if you're any better. is the point. Just stay in your lane, because that's what's happening here. I mean, you even have Alex Jones debunking you, for goodness sakes. I mean, how crazy do you have to be for Alex Jones to be the one calling you crazy? I don't know. But let me know, guys, down in the comments what you guys think of this video and her opinions here on this and AMFest. Were there any other situations that happened at AMFest that you thought were interesting with people calling out Candace or even agreeing with her in some situations? Let me know what you guys think down there. Remember, once again, to like the video and to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. And I will catch you guys on the next one.